becomes a side effect of that that rises up to be it. Heath Ledger comes in and says, society was already broken, but you're treating it wrong. You need to start laughing at it more like I do and take it as an actual joke.
Heath Ledger walks in the room though, and somebody's going to die. The room's going to blow up. I mean, it is what it is, and you may say well, that makes him better. But the most suspenseful scene in Joker is when Joaquin is standing with his little person co-worker.
Oh yeah.
And you're sitting there just on the edge of your seat. Is he going to kill that man?
But that's just it. You get to have that out in there where there's a part of you that says, no, he probably won't do it because that guy's always been nice to him. And then sure enough, he did just because he's always been nice to him.
See, and I'm going to challenge, I didn't buy that scene. The more I sit on it, it just like came out of nowhere. Wow. Like I believed the De Niro scene, try not to spoil it, I believed the end with De Niro, but that scene in the apartment felt like shock value for shock value, and I didn't feel like it was earned, personally.
I can see that.
But I mean, I like the movie, I like the performance, but now that you're bringing, like, did we really buy it? Like, it came out of nowhere. And then the other thing is, like, it didn't even happen. That's like, you could argue that makes the film better, but does that make his Joker better? That's where I'm confused. Like, I think his Joker is better when we fast forward 15 years, Batman's grown up, and we see him now actually as a Joker. Then we can have this debate, but I don't even think it's a debate because he's not Joker in the friggin' movie.
Yeah, that's true. A lot of what we see him do throughout it, especially with the three guys on the subway, his co-worker, that whole hospital scene, that is just Joaquin playing that character, but not actually Joker yet. So I guess in a way it's a moot point because he doesn't show up till the end of the movie anyway.
Closing thoughts, go ahead.
Oh, closing thoughts? Okay, listen, he is definitely the Joker. He lays the groundwork, he becomes it. It's just like when we watch like Batman Begins. It's, just because Christian Bale wasn't Batman from the very beginning doesn't mean he wasn't Batman by the end. He became that Batman. We watched him on that journey. It was a long journey, but we watched it and we enjoyed it. Same thing with Joaquin. We saw it, when we watched him grow into that character, we questioned a lot of things as we should with the Joker. The Joker is a person of chaos, both externally and mentally. And then also, they give you an explanation of his of his view of society. You know, he's rationalized as the most rational person there, like the most sane person, what makes him insane. And that is what the Joker is, and that gives you a great understanding of what's to come if Joaquin decides to do another role. That is why he's perfect for the Joker, for this person.
Heath is in like 7 outfits. He's a nurse, he's this, he's that. Joaquin works his way into being the Joker, and he steps out in that iconic outfit with the makeup on, and he's head to toe the Joker. The other guy is a guy with facial scars who dresses up as everybody.
Yeah, Joker, and Joaquin's Joker has to be like, call me Joker. Heath Ledger doesn't do that. Yeah. It's like Rey at the end of Star Wars. I'm Rey Star Wars.
No, that's him accepting the name. He's like it's just like any other comic where they like come up with a new villain, and the villain has no name, and they put it in the comics, in the newspaper. Oh, look at this Joker, da da da. He's like, all right, call me Joker. That is my name.
Sort of like how Jay Jonah got to name all the villains for Spider-Man.
Yeah, exactly.
That's cool.
Exactly.
I got a mic drop, but you want to say anything before I do it?
No, I can completely understand where you're coming from with the unreliable narrator aspect of it. It's just when you watch both of them back to back, not that I have, but you see that
dark screening it.
Yeah, we see a lot of him he's a more relatable narrator as Joaquin, or a more relatable character than we ever get to relate to Heath Ledger. We never kind of sympathize with him or anything like that. He's threatening hospitals, he's holding Michael C. Hall upside down, he's hanging dudes off the side of his window. You're never going to sympathize with that. But to see Joaquin Phoenix get told by a social worker, we can't meet anymore, we don't have the funds, like, okay, now I'm going to feel for him a little more. And that's where I always disconnect with him. And you don't want a sympathetic Joker, because then that kind of defeats the purpose of Joker to me.
And so I asked this as we get our vote. You can buy a ticket to one. Joker 2 or Dark Knight 2 with Heath Ledger's Joker. Which one would you buy? Be honest. No, it is fair. Okay, he's alive.
No one
Joker
says Batman
could be
can't be
Batman versus Joker.
In all fairness, they did still keep that Batman aspect in the Joaquin one, which they probably didn't even need.
Batman, you can fast forward. All right, fine. Fast forward 15 years. We get to see that Joker take back Batman. Or do you want to see Heath Ledger do Dark Knight 2? We'll compare. We'll make them the same. That's what I would say. I would pick the Heath Ledger one in a heartbeat.
I would love to see a young Batman, Robert Pattinson, just going against Joaquin Phoenix. And then, and he says like,
Yeah, see, I don't want that. That's a whole other debate. I don't want that Joker.
That's a whole nother
I want
debate.
that Joker to be done. We don't need more of that one. That was a cool standalone. I wish DC was more. All right, anyway, besides that. Yeah, good job. Woo! Way to go, Ryan and Craig. All right, you guys get to decide. Who is the better Joker? Again, based off of our debate, not your own personal opinions. Is it Joaquin Phoenix? That's good, that's good. Is it Heath Ledger? Man, it's really hard to tell. They're like pretty much ties every time. I'm gonna call it a draw. Good discussion. Yeah, thank you both. All right, well, you may come back. You can have a seat, or I may bring you back for another one. Let's see if somebody else wants to try. All right, so this one will be a